All right, everybody, welcome in. How you guys doing? Little announcement. I am looking for the Pathfinders to chime in on the retreat location for next year for 2025. We're planning on doing something in winter or spring, so February to May next year, and it is all going to be about hands-on workshopping, connecting you to your guides, being able to channel all of these kinds of things that I have been doing with this channel for the past 7 years. Y'all have been here, and so we're going to do a retreat. So if you have a good idea for a location, even just a city or a part of the world that you want to see, that you want to be sort of engaged with the energy of it, drop a comment below. Show me where you want to go, okay? All right, let's see where we're going today with this readings. If you're not a part of Pathfinders, you can jump on. There's a link below. Okay. This came up yesterday, this power card, power, spiritual cleansing, divine feminine. Oh yeah, lots of energy around this right now. Air. So I am getting more and more when I'm doing my own readings for myself and I'm doing the readings for Pathfinders in our group or in our, our meetings every week. I'm kind of getting the feeling that the divine feminine energy is making a massive shift right now. So for a long time, a year or two, it has felt quite a lot like the energy of self-love, the energy of focusing on one's manifestations, the energy of doing those kinds of things. Now I feel like there's some kind of stepping into power for the divine feminine. And that is going to make a big difference. That is going to shift the power balance on this planet in a big way. So this air energy about ideas or whatever's coming to you, whatever is showing up to you, you might be having a lot of downloads recently, or you might be experiencing a lot of energy devoted to your divine self-love, being able to step into doing things that are more self-loving, that kind of thing, and about your self-concept, about who you are on this planet, and radically shifting that in a direction of power. So I can feel that for the collective here. So this reading is likely, this reading is likely designed for a divine feminine. Just remember, we all have divine masculine energy inside us. It is a balancing act. And so the feminine may need to step up here in a empowered way. Kind of irritated by that. Okay. There's like, fairy lights. Ooh. Okay. So Magician, underneath is the Three of Cups, the Judgment card, the Six of Pentacles, the Devil card, this Two of Swords. Oh yeah. So really rejecting current power structures, especially ones that are keeping the feminine in an energy of subservience. I talked earlier this week about Lilith and Dark Moon Lilith. So if you want to go back and look at that reading, I believe it was Monday or Tuesday of this week. Can't remember exactly, but go back and take a look. So like in May 20th, 21st, somewhere in there, 22nd, I did a reading and the extended is all full of, Lilith placements, which house, which sign, all of that. So you might want to check that out because I am seeing that. And Lilith, for those of you who don't know who Lilith is, Lilith, was the reputed, this is the story that some of the stories I have read, whether it's the wife of Adam or the first partner of Adam or something like that in the Christian philosophy, but was also about the divine feminine saying, hey, I have this desire. I have this, self-concept or this something I want in my life. The masculine already has that. The feminine saying, yes, this is what I want. The masculine then casts her out because of her desire. And there's something there that's very like, how come I'm not allowed to have the same kind of feeling? And I just get this sense of like a rejection of that kind of thinking or that kind of way of pushing back at the divine feminine, of full on power push, okay, energetically speaking. There's so much nurturing that the divine feminine does on this planet. We are in the place of a crossroads right now. And I feel like this is a community of divine feminine energy, which we definitely have with Pathfinders, of course, and divine feminine energy that is super powerful. All of you guys are working on expanding your life, building a business, loving your children, bringing them up in a way that you feel is empowered and whatever. Like there's just so much really positive stuff going on with this community that I am really honored that you are here and that we are co-creating this together. So thank you very much for all of y'all who are here. The Magician is showing up. This is about affecting change, making sort of manifesting the universal heart. That is really the goal of the twin flame journey. It is also the goal of the divine feminine, being the nurturant energy, is to plug into the universal heart. This is about compassion for mankind, compassion for the earth, compassion for animals, working together to nurture that and, build in a way that is sustainable. Okay, sustainability. Yeah, exactly. 10 of Cups, build sustainable relationships, build sustainable businesses or sustainable foundations. All right, 4 of Swords, the World, and the King of Swords. I feel like some of you, this is not really, well, maybe it is a twin flame, the divine masculine here is in this place of healing. Now, it may or may not appear to you that that's true, but I feel like they're coming to the end of the runway where they can just do nothing, right? They can, the masculine can just kind of rest on their laurels. I feel like it's not because of, well, I don't know, like it is because of this energy shift on the globe, but it's also because the divine masculine is now seeing the divine feminine as this power, as having real power by plugging into the universal heart, right? That we are all part of, the collective heart. That is something that the masculine, I feel like the masculine has always had a little bit of envy for the feminine being able to be this nurturing, loving, generous, competition isn't a thing kind of energy. And the masculine is really seeing now the benefits of it. I don't feel like that's all the masculines, but I do feel like those on the spiritual journey who are representing in this world as masculines, there's going to be a tipping point of the number of masculines. And that's, sometimes they talk about, and I think this is, the number 144,000 tracks back to Bible verses and some other things. But the point of that number, it's not exactly really that number now, but there is something about that, what's the word? Collective. That collective energy, masculine energy, being supportive of the feminine energy. And I feel like they're seeing that now, or they will be soon, okay? They will be soon. 5 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. Some of you are going to experience this individually, where the masculine has sort of rejected the feminine's ability to manifest and be plugged into the universal heart. I feel like the masculine didn't see the value of that until the world comes to some kind of pitch, some kind of place. You see how in this deck, this is the Golden Tarot. You see how she's kind of nurturing all of those little people. They could be children, but they actually could be people on the planet. And this is like a divine, loving, nurturing world. Okay. So the earth, it's about plugging in from the feminine's perspective, but also about what it's going to take to shift away from using force, war for peace, right? Shifting, corporate gouging, shifting people being taken advantage of, shifting the imbalance of power, shifting all of these things that have been created over generations on this planet. I feel like now the masculine is seeing the wisdom in that. There's something about this clarity that the masculine is coming to, saying, you know what? I think you're onto something here. Like, finally, after hundreds of years, please clarify this. Please clarify this for me. Empress jumped out. The Empress jumped out. Wow. Queen of Pentacles. Nurturing. King and Queen of Pentacles. Two of Cups. The Two of Wands. What's underneath here? Ah, High Priestess. On some level, you know this is coming. And I feel like we get to a place where we kind of hit a wall. And so I'm not saying that every man on this planet is a masculine at all. Okay? Not at all. There are plenty of men I know who are divine feminines, and vice versa, and vice versa. So what I'm saying is the divine feminine energy has reached some kind of tipping point where you collectively have plugged into the universal heart. And it's like each one of us does our job to plug in, right? We plug into this. And what do I mean by that? We plug into kindness and generosity. We move away from those who are not demonstrating that, especially if it's taking us down a road that is our lesser, or are putting us in a place of envy, jealousy, greed, anger, frustration. We're moving away from those energies so we can more fully be plugged into the universal heart. There is something about that, the masculine seeing the wisdom in this. 10 of Swords, 8 of Cups. Ah, look at that. King of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. So look at this masculine now. We have the King of Pentacles so Pentacles are feminine, King and the Pentacle. So that's a masculine feminine balance. King and Cup, which is masculine feminine balance. There's something here. It could be a personal ending in a life. It could be a career ending, a marriage ending, a kind of life that they thought was going to be supportive and nurturing to them. And it turns out it's just barren, dry. There's nothing redeeming about it. There's nothing nurturing about it. So some of you are going to see masculines, and this could be a lot of divine masculines who have maybe resisted their spiritual calling or their spiritual path, really shifting because of some ending. Okay. And like needing that kind of nurturance. The feminine is like, hey, listen, I get it. But you also have to nurture yourself. You cannot just come to me for nurturance. I am sovereign, a sovereign being. I am standing in love. I am choosing the spiritual path. I am choosing to plug into the universal heart. My intuition is vibrant and flowing. I feel like the masculine on some level is kind of jealous of that. And so this has not served them well. The road that has been paved with competition and backbiting, and some of you guys and women who are presenting as divine masculines are going to see that because the masculine is the earth, or the 3D, the material twin. The feminine is the spiritual twin. The masculine is the physical leader. The feminine is the spiritual leader. So there's some kind of break here where those presenting as divine masculines say, this is not worth it anymore. I want to plug into the universal heart. This is what's going to create the tipping point. This is absolutely what's going to create the tipping point. Now, this Page of Cups here, why is this Page of Cups here? So for some of you, this can be about union. This can be about a conversation, maybe an apology, like on a personal level. Yes, Temperance, Three of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. The universe is not playing around anymore, masculines. Divine masculine is, Archangel Michael is saying, hey, you got something to build here. We can't mess around with this anymore. It's time to plug into the universal heart. All right, so I'm going to keep going with this. If this is your reading, we do have a sense of the masculine kind of going back and forth and back and forth. But the King and Queen of Swords, there's going to be a conversation about this. Okay, there's going to be a conversation about this, about what it means to be contributing on this planet, what it means to not take, right? To balance your energy on this planet, to balance what you're taking from what you're giving. Holy cow. On the next full moon, I am doing this reading on the full moon in Sagittarius. The day of, okay? 23rd. I know that we're posting this on the 24th, but it's important to tell you that I am doing this reading on the 23rd. I'll talk more about that as we get into the extended. So if this is your reading, if you're a masculine on the verge of really changing your life and you're feeling this, if you're a feminine who has been, plugged into the universal heart, but has been in that receptive mode, it's time to take some kind of broader action, okay? All right, link is below if you want to continue on. Pathfinders, let's just keep going. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.